Abuja News Ghana TV Sunia na JTV GH Sabresu Yasai Atrasia ede nsam a etwagu ede ebrewo ni nansa se de yato abana wie na chense nsam ebae ana ebeto aba no some of the things and some of the promises and pledge ankofo eye omo ne doso pa ebi se obekotogo ebi se mahama wini a on Ghana ebi so obeta na hwe aso apa no ne ade ba ko awka bie eye Salam Mustapha our youth organizer about the new patriotic party onso kabi says NDC pa wini akonwa na ankobeku no ho ene ade ade enei wababonten de nse bia batudwa no si minwo maintenance ewrade ayeye wo manum chese wo si wongu onkoku no bia na obetanse to the glory of God okanse bebrebe edefa ho abusuanko ninkotie Mustapha anase Salam Mustapha ninsama okan eba ne abeto aso.
I've heard a lot of things, but meet me and fun to jump.
But they say because
I will live to the glory of God and look, what we did in opposition, yes. And got the MPP back in 2016.
Yes.
Many times too.
But for the sake of or credibility and the credibility of your promises going forward, you should kill yourself.
So you got to my funeral. And what will you say? But that's how, that's the level of confidence I
you had in your preparations for
yes, and I wanted my party people to know that, look, we are not down. And Obi, do you honestly think that if the results was close, would have easily let go? Do you think?
Easily let go meaning what?
Would have just let it go like that?
But what would you have done? Say you closed, I'm gonna lose. So what would you have done?
I'm not sure that we would have lost if the results were close.
You would have overturned results?
Not overturned. Look, if the results were if our numbers were going to turn out, we're going to win.
Like Munko for the PA beto and something I'm operation go TV.
Yes, and I'm saying
how did they turn out?
I can't say it on
want to mean can radio so among 49 resources so Go TV, the all the resources there. It is a Go TV now. Then you'll be saying transportation. Also transportation. All the money. Regional youth organizer. I'm a canon, sir.
You know, these are the issues that the committee should put in perspective. The hin and a buying from so. The hin a party from so. How do we correct them and how do we
move forward? And I think one of those on the bit about proposals in reforming party, you know, there was a mibusana meje wadrenchre say what are the proposals for you as regional and national youth organizer who is going forward? There was a party, you know, it to me implement at least from the perspective of the youth wing. Yeah. Even before we come there, no. Overseer contesting national youth organizer position in Libya.
They be my bro age, no?
Age near then like 40.
Yes.
After 40, wouldn't mean contesting national youth organizer.
Me 41.
That's the policy in the NPP.
Yes, yes. The constitution is very clear.
It wouldn't mean court national youth organizer view.
They be.
Okay. So now can opportunity. The emphasis will be 38 and now say 37 and can be looking at how this election turned out.
It will depend on near party for the catch me. In fact, Obi, me call round. I'm going to tour the existing regions.
Okay.
Yes. Maintenance say any radio so keke. The very promise I made that I'm going to be an operational national youth organizer. I'll go back to the ground.
Overseeing call round.
Yes.
Going to do what?
You know, let's rebuild our party. You know, let's have conversations. Debbie, me a party. Me a party ba.
And as I say, I'm aware for Ubedi 42, no?
Yeah.
You would want to look at another position, in another elective position.
For now, me near margin on
undecided
what next to do. I am focused on the reorganization of the party. The youth who are disappointed how do we assuage the pain? That is my preoccupation for now. How do we get them back FM, to the fold? How do we start to, build a new vehicle, build a new ship to head on the show? Any preoccupation for now? See party here. Now your family them in a position where, look, you come and meet the same results. If we do not attend properly to the issues that afflicted us and got us loose.
There was one allegation I read, said, in the youth wing, NMO officers across the country, some people contested and won leadership positions, polling station, electoral area, constituency, region, national. When they won, rather than some better than higher Jumano, some of them, you guys facilitated for them to get scholarships. It took I'm a year Juma and Nunti, Omukojina elections. What do you say about that? Was it a problem? And another problem now?
No problem, but and also no problem. A problem.
You think so?
It's a problem.
When officers are working in absentia?
No, but people stepped in. But a problem. Honestly. Imagine, say, National Youth Organizer, now, America, say, we compare green card. What I say, to create a problem.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, but you allowed elected party officers to leave.
No, but they don't come and tell you that I'm going. No, what America just Commander General only be the America contrast of 2 years. Nobody will come and tell you that. Because me too quiet about me ABCD aba. Never crack ako. Or some baby obeying. There's nothing you can do than to get people to replace. And I saw a number of it.
You went into the election with on a lame horse. The party being the horse was lame.
I won't say
it's either some officers who were supposed to work for you didn't believe in what you believed in. They didn't think the election could be won.
Election, the SIO. Election, there are only two outcomes. You win or you lose.
You understand this now? Oberman call for resources, so they will keep it.
Yeah, I'm sure even in the NDC, there were some who were doubtful of their victory. Yes. Normal.
Normal.
Yes.
Which two policy reform proposals and say partner say Fabra or Debeko, at least from the youth wing?
Obi, look, a lot of it I can't say on radio. But I don't want another
youth organizer to go through that. Okay.
What a lot of people don't know, Sami Oku, a national youth organizer. In fact, some of these things they are writing, they are taxed, being poured on me.
Yeah.
Some were poured on Sami Oku. I'm sure you remember some of the things they wrote about Sami Oku. But at the end of the day, we were able to build an iconic youth leader in Sami Oku. You understand?
FM.
When I was deputy to Sami, for the 4 years we stayed in the youth wing, the only money that we ever got from Central Party was 5,000 cedis.
For 4 years?
For 4 years.
In the number of raising more resources?
Yes. And from then till now, it's the same thing. I was raising my own resources. There was no dedicated funding for the youth wing.
From the national party and even from the campaign, from the national campaign.
From party, there was no allocated resource
for the
youth wing. So you, the national youth leader, you have to ensure that you are able to raise resources. But one of the problems we faced in this election was donor fatigue.
Okay.
At the point they were tired. And also some of the people I kept running to, others were also running to them. And at the point they were saturated. one of the proposals I want to make is that there should be an operational fund for the youth wing.
Okay.
I'm speaking specifically
Youth.
for the youth wing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have said maybe the organizing wing in general. Because look, me be on the phone extra here. Some of the constituency youth organizers on person when your program no money. Some I was able to support, some I couldn't support.
Wow.
Okay, Obi, I have here receipt. You can see my name on it. You can see my name on it.
Yeah.
Me sika 705,000 to motorbikes. 705.
705,000.
Yes.
Wow, personal money.
Yes.
So how do you plan to recoup that money?
No, I can't recoup. There's no
7 billion.
Yes.
That's all city 7 billion.
Yes.
Only to motorbikes.
Yes.
And the Salamu Oscar.
The Miniska. Because at a point, I ran to the finance minister. He supported Dr. Aminanta.
Yeah.
God bless him.
I was saying finance minister.
Okay, so my sister Abna Osari.
Yes, deputy finance minister.
Yeah, Yamishano answer Samuel Kunyamishano. Kojo Ponkruma and Dr. Lulu.
Kojo Ponkruma and Lulu.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. God bless them. God bless them. God bless them. I don't have enough words to express my gratitude. One walk, I mean, Greater Accra.
Yeah.
You know how it was funded? It wasn't the party that gave me money to do it. So I want the party to dedicate funding because
for operations for the
operations,
youth
wing. Young guys. How do you expect them? Share, Obi ejuma you know, any 100,000 ejuma. Over 100,000. You have done nothing.
A better within 1 day.
If you give me 100,000, you have done nothing. Any 100,000 ejuma. To go around this country, to tour the 16 regions, Obi, I need not less than 500,000.
Oh, one tour around.
Yeah, one
there.
tour. 500. That's half a million cedis.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, since I became national youth organizer, on my own, I've toured this country 3 times. Is it 3?
Yeah,
3.
Some of them 5 times even.
Before we started the campaign. So it tells you the amount of resources that has gone in.
And a fund for the operations of the youth wing.
Yeah. Young guys.
A major thing.
School. You know, he hasn't done, much. He has interest in politics. He has contested and won as constituency youth organizer. How do you want the person to
fund party activities?
Yes.
Okay. Indeed, that's a critical point. Or number 2 proposal is because of time, indeed. Or number 2 for the youth wing.
It's a controversial one. I'll give that one. Controversial. I'll keep that one.
Keep that one. And we'll discussing.
We'll discuss it. Okay. I'm sure the committee will call me.
Yeah.
So,
now they will propose.
I'll put. There are some things that need to be done. But ab initio, one thing I will propose, maybe number 2.
Number 2.
I think all deputy positions should become elective.
That's for the youth or across. More deputies, more appointed you. But it often said, elections don't necessarily bring out the best until you use the appointment of deputies to balance the scale.
Yes, 2014 I took the same position and I was told the same thing. And I disagreed in 2014. And today I still disagree.
Okay.
Because my position is that when you go around and you campaign, it gives you some authority.
Okay.
Than when you are appointed.
Yeah. That's true. And
no the guys Obi, this party, MPP, we are titans. We are fighters. We are gladiators. We are giants. We'll come back. And I implore the youth of the party and all the establishment, opposition Ayakwe, the very people who are going to bring this party back into office is the youth. I don't want a situation where bring this party into power, then people from nowhere will come and be taking appointments. And that's why I like a lot of the appointments JM has done for the NDC. Reward loyalty. Some of the guys are minimum a year Juma 2016 never got job till we lost.
For 8 years.
For 8 years. I can mention some of them by name. Obi, there are some controversial things that I have done in this country. Controversial things that have happened. That some of our people involved somewhat they were not placed.
Asempa FM.
And I think that, look, when we go and risk our lives and we do such operations, never should it go unrewarded.
I was at when someone, Salah Mustapha, I can't add that to no say, Nadia Obekuno is a son of Crano, Ghana MPP, Edanakuma Super, it will Bokabe 7 billion, and yet Chile, edited to motorbike Nadia dinner or Sacra can say, so we here, so we call round our Ghana. 275 constituencies no and assistant regions so uka uchi mupa sika obehia pa de akoba kubia aye 500,000 Ghana cedis, that is 500,000 Ghana cedis, and so what to make around ba kubia, let's say so okay say o ko etro so de na sika behia anya senkuma abuja ma kan yi mekumi manya nkumi oda so kra credibility na ebon ma no ne de no eho anase ateko Senator be able to do comment about or comment section and like program chef man kofo na omo so we bi nyame adma e be say hia ye frem say Frank.